How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I already made a video on BNGO today, but I feel like I almost have to do another one because it's raced up so much over the day. It was at $5.50 for a little while this morning, or $5.60. Now it's at all-time highs. It touched $7.95, so almost $8. Now it's at $7.60 at the time of this recording. We have to talk about what's going on. We have to talk about some potential rumors that I want to address and just some stuff that's going on with the stock. So I did a video, if you didn't see it, I did a video earlier today on BNGO and why it was up. And at that point, it was up 10 to 15%, even when I was recording about 20%, but it's moved up a lot since then. So I want to give you my updated thoughts and just some information. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Please hit subscribe. Growing like crazy. I appreciate you guys subscribing if you haven't done that already. If you guys want to know what I'm doing exactly, I did buy more of a stock that's been beaten down a little bit. And I bought more of it today. So if you want to see that, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. Definitely check that out. And if you want 4 free stocks through WeBull, you can definitely check out the link down below. So I don't usually do videos like a follow-up video on a stock partway through a day because let's say it moved up a lot recently, but let's say it falls back down, right? It's fallen down a little bit now. Then I just look stupid if I've done a video on why it's up so much and then it falls back down. But there are some things that I did not address in the video this morning that people are asking me about. People are asking me about making a follow-up video to this, and there's some interesting stuff that's come out. So first of all, we have to take a look at the order size. I took a screenshot of WeBull here on BNGO just to see the inflows of money. So there are a lot of medium-sized purchases. Now, I don't know what medium-sized inflow means on WeBull. Now, I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it, but I'm assuming that these are still pretty large orders for the fact that it says they're 60.2 small orders, and people are buying this all the time. I mean, people are buying hundreds, thousands of shares all the time. So I'm guessing that doesn't even count for a small order. But what I find interesting is this is 3.5 hours into the trading session today out of the 7.5 hours. So we're just over the halfway mark. But take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days and take a look at how many we already have today. So we had a big update on the 12th. We have a lot of orders, a lot of large scale orders, and we're only partway through the day. So at this point, it looks like we might get around 3,000 or so, and now it's selling off a little bit. So maybe we'll actually see a little bit lower. But the thing is, we're getting a lot of large orders flowing into the stock, which to me points at one thing. And I talked about this in my video earlier today, that there's less of a risk of BNGO being delisted now. They were taken off that delisted risk because they had hit over $1 per share for 10 days in a row. It's something that we've been talking about for a while on the channel. And right now, I think that has caused a lot of larger institutions or just people with more money, maybe, to be able to buy in and feel comfortable with it. None of these larger investors want to buy a company that's at risk of being delisted. So that would make sense why there are so many large orders coming in. Now, of course, as I'm saying this, it's going down, but I want to hit on something that's a rumor about Ark Invest possibly buying, but I'll hit on that in a moment. If you look at Bionano's Twitter page, I covered this in the video earlier today too, but they have just a ton of tweets that are going out today. Now, I won't go through all of them. I covered a couple in the last one, but they say in comparison with the old method, the Sapphire-based assay they developed provides results for half the cost, half the time, requires much less sample and much less technical hands-on time. So that's kind of what we've been saying about BNGO since the beginning. But I just find that interesting because, again, there's so many tweets on this. You can spend a lot of time looking through all their tweets. They have to have someone that's pretty much just taking screenshots and writing these. The other thing that I want to hit on is the fact that a lot of people are saying that Ark Invest is selling PACB and they're wondering if they're going to buy into BNGO. So I've been saying this since the beginning. I thought that BNGO was a stock that Ark Invest could buy. And that's because they are very similar to some other stocks that they're getting into. It's in the genomic sector. They like stocks like this because they have a whole ETF for this. Some companies are very similar to BNGO that they hold. One is PACB. Now, they're not exactly the same by any means, but they're in a very similar sector, and they're one of Ark Invest's largest holdings. Now, if we just take a look at PACB overall, this company has kind of blown up this year, and the stock price is up a lot. Even just if we look at the 5 days, it's up a decent amount. I mean, it's up 13%. If we look at the 1 month, it's up pretty much double. And if we look since Ark Invest started buying it, I don't know exactly when they started buying it, but it's up a lot since they bought it. So it's about a $7 billion company. Now, one reason that they could be selling off is because they want to hold under 10% of the company, maybe for reporting reasons. Now, I don't know if that's the case for the fact that it's a $7 billion company and they own about $900 million worth, so that the numbers don't make sense there. Another reason that some people think they're selling is because they're going to buy BNGO. Now, I don't know how many people track Ark all the time, but I look at Ark almost every day, and this is lucidtracking.com in case anyone's wondering. They get so much money sent into these ETFs every day, they don't really need to sell off any positions to start new ones. Now, I think that is something that a lot of people don't understand because they don't need to shore up some cash. They don't need a couple $100 million to throw into BNGO. That would be a lot of the company, and I don't think that they need to do that because, again, they're able to invest tens of millions in different companies every single day. So I don't think that's a good reason, but I could see them possibly unloading if they are thinking, okay, BNGO is actually a real threat. Maybe they still want to invest in BNGO. I'm just saying that they're not necessarily selling PACB just to do that. But maybe they're saying, okay, there are some competitors that could be dangerous out there, and we're not willing to have this much exposure to PACB. Now, this is just my thoughts on it. I'm not a financial advisor, and I haven't talked with Ark Invest at all about this. This is just my thinking after I've been watching them for months and seeing how they operate. Now, I could be missing something with BNGO. There's so much upward momentum, but I'm curious your thoughts. Again, I really think it's because they aren't at risk of being delisted. What I'm doing, and this is how I explained it in my last video, I'm not planning on selling BNGO unless something drastically changes, but I'm also not planning on buying anymore. I bought it at $1.25. I am happy with that cost basis. I'm happy with how much money I have in BNGO because I'm getting more and more of my portfolio every single day, it seems like, that is exposed to BNGO because it's going up so much in share price. But I plan on holding this. So many people are asking for a price target. It's almost impossible to give a price target on this because there's so much fluctuation. I mean, it's a $1.4 billion company that's not based off fundamentals. It's based off of market sentiment, and it's based off technology. So it's too hard to put a price target on it because honestly, any of these stocks, and again, this is not financial advice or anything like that, any of these stocks could go up to 20 just based on market sentiment, and let's say Ark Invest throws some money at it. So many people will jump on it. It will probably go up 50 to 100% overnight, I would assume, if we heard that Ark Invest was buying it. Now, I will be curious to see, there might be a third BNGO video today if we see that Ark Invest actually bought some of it. I'll be on top of that like crazy today, and I'm sure I'll get tons of messages if that happens. But I don't plan on doing another BNGO video, but if they buy into it, I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to make a video on it. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. I really appreciate it. Let me know if I'm missing anything. What do you think about BNGO? What's your cost basis? Tell me that too down below. And feel free to check out the Patreon if you want to know exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time. We have over 3,500 people in there, so I would really appreciate if you guys wanted to check that out. Also, check out the link to WeBull. I appreciate it. And if you want to see that video that I did on BNGO a little while ago, I'll put it up here on the end screen. And if you want to see another biotech company that I just bought yesterday, definitely check out this video here. And I bought pretty heavy. Thanks, and I'll see you in one of these videos. Bye.